Good morning, starshine.
Welcome to the real world. Whoa!
Mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with
Breathe air.
there's no second best, okay?
GM. End of the month. 31st of October. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to those who celebrate. Anyone who celebrates Halloween, I guess. So, it is it is a day to avoid Bitcoin, most likely. So I want to take a look at end of months. So the last day of the month, where you see outperformance by other alts. So there's Sol BTC. I'm just going to mark out the last few. End of September, end of August, 31st of July. Both of those red. But I'm expecting that anyway. But what I'm going to see is, there you go, 30th of June. I see Sol BTC in a green day. Should really mark these in red if they're red. This is something I've already observed myself in the past, but just want to show it. Especially in bull markets, you're going to see generally alts perform better on the last day of the month than BTC does. So that's basically what I'm doing here, highlighting. And we're talking the very last day of the month. So throughout this summer period, it has not been the case on every single day. But certainly once you get back into last year and at the start earlier on in this year, where's April? 31st. And the moves as well can be pretty significant sometimes. I don't necessarily know how much bullish action there's going to be today, but we'll just do those. You can do the rest yourself if you want, and especially when you look through the end period of the year. I remember this very clearly last year. That was the 30th of September there. I'll just show these ones. 30th September. And the reason I choose Sol is obviously Sol is the outperforming alt at the end of last year. It will change. There will be different ones. There's the 30th and the 31st of October. And I think December was more, going into December was more flat, but still a green one. So anyway. And then end of December going into January. That was pretty much flat. So, expect to see some outperformance from alts today. Now, outperformance is not the same as a pump. Yeah. It just means that alt is stronger on balance than BTC. If the charts are setting up, then you can expect to see a USD value increase, right? So let's say Bitcoin, which is pulling back currently, and BTC at the moment, I probably should show Bitcoin here. Bitcoin at the moment is probably going to have a decent chance to take out yesterday's low, or at least go towards it before we have the end of month and maybe the start of the month low. So we'll watch what happens. Obviously, as I record this live, Bitcoin has touched this level. I think it has. It definitely has on Bybit. Let's see on OKX. Exchanges are different. It's definitely hit that low on Bybit, yeah. So some of the perp exchanges, it's already tagged that low. Regardless, all the positions that are building here after this pump and then overnight are all now at risk of being wrong. If they have to unwind, you're going to see price drop lower. If you see price drop lower, you're going to see sell-offs across the market, or at least you would expect to see that. If you see that and then you see Bitcoin bounce, go and watch the alts that are most likely going to bounce stronger. So I'm not saying it's going to be Solana. It could be anything on this list. You'll probably be looking at stuff that has a stronger trend currently. So like WIF doesn't seem like it's necessarily ready to moon from there. Giga, neither. Chud, possibly. Sigma, yes. Like Sigma's got a really good chart setup. So that would be one you'd expect to possibly keep outperforming. Mumu, no. Pepe, no. Right, and so looking at these structurally, MOG, yes. So you're looking at the ones that are having uptrends. You know, if Bitcoin does dip down a bit, it might give them a retest of their moving averages or whatever. Popcat, no. Some of these are on the other side where they've topped out and they're pulling back. And if you look at stuff like this, like Render, Popcat, etc., this is where they would put in a bottom or begin to put in a bottom, right? You could see them putting in higher lows from there, but they're not going to like break out and go higher, most likely. And especially, and I don't think anything else there. So there's a very small number of coins there that are setting up well. So what you'll probably see if Bitcoin continues lower, which it probably will, because you're going to see a lot of trapped positioning. You're looking at just here, right? Even just from there, all of this build up in this area here of open interest, which was upwards of 250 million. A lot of it's still staying open. This market is continuing to make new lows in lower time frame, and this positioning is still building up. So it seems like longs are very much wrong at the moment because price is saying that, and they're not admitting it. They're not actually closing. So we'll see. I would expect, or certainly you'd want to see, more of a flush of that if you're going to see a reversal. And you basically have what? All night, this whole build up, all of this is now underwater. And all of that positioning build up is on the wrong side. Point being, I wouldn't expect necessarily a quick reclaim here because it has had multiple attempts and it has held and held and held and held. Now it's losing it. You're probably going to see either a very aggressive move down that reverses fast. Right? So either you see like a fast move down with a fast move up, and then maybe it comes back to consolidation, or you're going to see just sort of a slow bleed if people don't exit those positions. If there isn't a sufficient shakeout, you might see a slow bleed. Well, that's about it. So maybe you'll see some all-kind outperformance. Last day of the month, though, can be a bit, can be a bit all over the place. That's it. GMGM.